So what are the actual best melee weapons for melee attacks? Well, the obvious choice, the obvious best melee weapon is definitely the Mace. It has the highest per shot damage, and it can do more things than the other weapons because of this breakpoint. And I'm going to demo a few of those things now. So if you pop a combat stim with the Mace, it is one of the few weapons in the game that after you get a kill, you can actually one-shot. You can get the hit. You can one-shot with a basic attack against humans. So unlike other weapons, which need to do power attack, when you get the combat stim plus the kill momentum proc, you can actually get enough damage to one-shot with basic attacks instead of heavy attacks. Now with a heavy attack, you will kill, so notice how I opened with a heavy attack there. I did take some damage there because I'm kind of explaining this, but you can easily get kills with the Mace more easily than with other weapons. It one-shots with basic attacks, it one-shots with heavy attacks, and also it can do this. Does it straight up one-shot? No way, dude. That's ridiculous. That's actually pretty good. Now, can the axe do that exact same thing? Let's pop a combat stim. This is high damage versus excellent. Oh, we got hit. Very slow. There we go. So one shot on that. Proc. It does one shot. Okay. So the axe is competitive with the Mace. Good to know. So do you need the Mace? Not really. I mean, unless you want to do the robot thing, which is very hilarious. I also have to test if the axe can do that to robots as well, because if it can, then the Mace is just like cool, but not needed. Let's do some good old-fashioned robot killing. Let's see if we can take a robot out with a single power attack on the two-handed axe. We can! Interesting! Let's test the cricket bat. Combat stim.
Unclear. Heretics will die.
Alright, one shots with power. One shots like with basics. Alright. So cricket bat is also pretty high damage output with all the perks and all the passes that we want. And then the cricket bat.
Not sure I like the look of it.
Yep, cricket bat works as well. Let's test the average damage spiked club. Pop our combat stim. She's trying to move away. Alright, still one shots. One shots. Alright, so interestingly, all the two-handed weapons hit the exact same breakpoints with combat stim and with the kill momentum perk. So it's really up to you as to which one you want to run. And then the spiked club. That is quite surprising. Let's test a high damage single-handed weapon power attack on the robot. See if we can get it to pop. Or if it's just two-handed only that can do that. No, it's definitely not able to do it. Be more careful. So 3 hits does not even do it. I think based on that, we can conclude that for killing larger threats like thralls and robots, two-handed melee is way bigger damage and one-handed melee is just not there. Let's see if we can get one shots on power attacks with combat stim for one-handed melee. Can it at least do this for us?
Time to bleed.
It can.
For your lives.
How many hits? 2 taps. Can we kick into last hit? No. Alright, so it takes 2 hits or 2 hits and a kick. The kick can just be used for setup. Obviously, we could kick into a power attack. That'd probably be the easiest way to kill with this with combat stim. So it seems that high damage on one-handed is decent, but not really the best. It also does have less range. Let's try an average damage with combat stim. See if this can one-shot with a power attack.
You will be more useful.
It can. Let's do a kick into hits. Alright, so it's still kick plus 2 hit. 2 hits otherwise. That's not terrible. The first hit kind of opens, the second hit kind of confirms, so it's not the worst thing. It's notably worse than other options, and the breakpoints seem to be identical to the high damage. So I think we can kind of safely conclude, beyond this low damage, which we'll test now, that the breakpoints on the two-handed weapons are single power attack pretty much at all times versus humans, with combat stim, single power attack with all the perks on robots will take them out, and a single hit when we have a combat stim plus kill momentum with a basic attack on the two-handed, and also the two-handed have more range. And then for the one-handed, 2 basic attacks will kill when combat stimmed or when boosted with kill momentum. Combat stim plus kill momentum does not lead to a basic attack one-shotting, but they do kill in a single power attack, and you can do like a kick into a power attack for easy setup, or a kick into 2 attacks for easy kills. And then finally we have the low damage Shiv. So the Shiv, I do not have high expectations for. We'll pop our combat stim.
Heretics will die.
Power attack did not kill, so notably has lower damage. So 2 power attacks to kill. Normal attacks to kill. That guy's been kicked. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so 3 attacks to kill. Okay, so the Shiv is trash. It's only really good for detonating the explosive plants, and I think that's really its best use case. Alright, so the best melee weapons are clearly the two-handed melee weapons. It's not even close. They have better range, they have better base damage, they can one-shot with a basic attack when they have kill momentum. All of them can one-shot robots with these perks. So you need melee weapon attack power, you need heavy melee attack power, and then you also want to have a combat stim popped. And you can one-shot a robot, get it to vent, and then you can just harvest the battery. For the other weapons, they're basically all the same. The high damage, so like let's organize them by like their damage values. So we have like the high damage weapons that have fast or average speed. These can be decent for like 2 tapping or 1 tapping with a power attack, but their range is worse. So one of the big advantages of the two-handed is that they have big range, so you can just one-shot things with a power attack at all times, or 1 tap with a basic attack after you've killed something and you have kill momentum. So with these heavies, like the high damage one-handed, their throw attack is worse, and they do not one-tap, but they do one-tap with basic attacks. They can't, at least. They can still kill with 2 hits pretty quickly. Opening with a kick is fine, it's serviceable, so if you want to run these as like an optional thing, if you want to go full-on melee build, go two-handed. If you want to go like utility melee, just to like use it to fight, you can kick and then do some attacks with like one of these high damage fast ones, like the farming knife or the Excalibur broken sword, both of which are found in Casterfell Woods. The high damage, average attack speed, heavy survival knife is decent, it's serviceable, it's easy to get. So these are decent, and then the average damage ones basically have almost identical performance in terms of breakpoints. So you can actually run these over the high damage. The only difference might be if you want to use it against things you probably shouldn't, like robots. Obviously the two-handed pop off, and then of course the Shiv is just terrible. I would just craft Shivs to throw them at the explosive like pod things that are corrupted or infected or whatever, the infected pods. It will delete the Shiv. Whatever weapon you hit with that gets destroyed, as far as I know. So these are pretty cheap to craft. You have to buy the crafting recipe from Molly, so it's not really that expensive. You just trade for a crafting recipe. But that's pretty much it for this one. Let me know what you think about the melee weapons, if you find certain ones to be better than others, if you disagree with any of the assessments here, or you found something different in testing, and I will see you in the next one.